Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Joy and this is Yoga with Joy. So this is a very special yoga video, especially for those of you who are doing the miracle of growing a baby. So just to all you beautiful women who giving that part of yourself and that time, your time to creating a new life in your womb. And it's a very gentle yoga practice, so it's suitable for all stages of pregnancy. Obviously, if you're in the first trimester, be careful, and also maybe speak to your doctor if they think it's all right for you to practice some yoga, some gentle yoga. And just the main thing is listen to your body. But this is designed to be safe. If you are closer to birthing, then of course take it very slowly. You might want a birthing ball for when we do a lunge to lean onto. So just it's for all stages. So you just modify where you need to. And of course, everyone's bellies and bumps and bodies are different. So look after yourself. So in this practice, I use a bolster, but also you can of course have pillows or cushions or anything like that. I do use a block at one point, just for shavasana where we're laying on the side, or just things like that are really useful. I don't use a strap actually, but blankets. I often use blankets. So anything like that, just grab those things, and whatever you fancy padding yourself up with during this practice. Okay, lots of love to you, and see you in a moment for the practice.
Oh, radiant sun, pure consciousness, flaming orb of truth and bliss, remove the veil so I can see, illuminate my heart, awaken me.
So make yourself comfortable in a seated position. So if you're sitting in cross-legged, you can always put a cushion or blanket underneath. And then take a moment here to just center into seated position. We can start our practice by bringing the hands to the heart center in lotus. So that means you've got your bottom of your palms together, so your wrist area together, and thumb and little finger, and then opening up the other fingers. So it's like a flower at your heart. With your eyes closed. Just take a moment to check in with how you're feeling, how you are today. Check in with your baby. How they're feeling growing in your womb. And we'll start our practice by chanting the Om vibration, connecting with our hearts, the lotus at our hearts, our flower, and then gifting the flower to the baby and coming into Yoni Mudra here below, near the womb. Okay, so hands at the heart. Breath in. Bring the hands back up to the heart, opening up the eyes, and gently placing the hands onto the knees. We'll start with Brahmanaka, where we're moving around in a circle, keeping our hips fairly solid on the floor. So presuming you're in cross-legged, but you might actually be seated on a bolster or something like that, or seated up on cushions and kneeling. Inhaling forward and exhaling back. So depending on how pregnant you are and how big your belly is, your movement will be as such. So you might be moving in smaller circles or bigger circles. Really feeling the grounding here, opening of the hips, opening up this whole pelvic area. That's what we're preparing for. Lovely. And then the other direction. Fantastic. So remember, you're taking this time for you and for your baby, for really looking after your body during the pregnancy. Helping a softness, to encourage and invite in a softness, which will increase your serotonin levels, soften your body so your body can grow for your baby. And then bring yourself back to center. And we'll come into a seated cat. So we're inhaling forward, opening up the chest. We're being careful of the lower back, so we're not arching the lower back too much. We're just keeping it fairly straight. And then rounding the back, just as much as belly will allow. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Lovely. And then the deep breaths are really important. So our movement is following our breath. That's great, good. And then bring yourself back to seated. That's fantastic, good. And then lifting up the shoulders and rotating them forwards. Oh, nice. Getting any sore or stiff bits out. Just really... Oh, and any yawning is good as well. Oh, anything that's loosening your mouth, loosening your muscles. Keeping things nice and soft. And then back the other way. Great. Fantastic. And then softening the shoulders and then bringing the head down to look at your feet. And then inhaling, gently bring your head up into a rotation and then being careful of your neck. So not pushing the neck back, just going over, arching, head over. So 3 times on either side. These neck stretches. Rotating the head. Going as slowly as you need to. And the other direction if you've taken 3. Lovely and slow, that's perfect. And then, when you've taken 3 on that side as well, bringing your head up gently. Wonderful, that's great. Okay, so releasing anything you have underneath you and bring yourself slowly onto all 4s. So you're in Majjarasana, the cat posture. So the hands are below the shoulders and the knees are below the hips. And then you can slightly widen your knees, because when we're in pregnancy yoga, with pregnancy yoga, we're kind of opening up the hip area. So we can encourage, there's an opening that we can encourage because your pelvis will be expanding with your pregnancy. So we'll start to move the hips in a figure of 8. Moving any way or any speed your body wants to go right now. So it'll depend on how your body's feeling today, how pregnant you are as well. So it's really different depending on your pregnancy, where you're up to and how you're feeling. Then moving the figure of 8 in the opposite direction. Wonderful, that's good. Then bringing the movement back to stillness, we'll inhale up and we'll exhale back, and we're coming into a flowing cat. So gently inhaling, exhaling. So lots of lovely deep breaths. The movements following the breath, so allow the breath to guide the movement. And then gently back to stillness. That's fantastic. Okay, so bringing your right leg behind you and gently rock on the foot. Rock out the foot, and then bringing the right leg up and giving it a little bit of a shake. And then bringing the leg up to the front of the mat, so your foot is on the outside of your hands. So nice wide hips here. So you're inhaling forward and exhaling back. And if you want to place a blanket underneath your knee, please do, because that can be nice to pad out the knee. Going forward, exhaling back. So if you're quite pregnant, you might find that you, if you have a pregnancy birthing ball hand, you can always use that here with the ball here, and still giving yourself a nice stretch of your hamstring and stretch of your hip. That's wonderful. Then placing the foot down and then bringing yourself up onto, so the right forearm is on the right thigh here, and then we'll gently circle the arms. That's great. And then the other direction. Giving your shoulders a nice stretch out. Good, fantastic. And then bring your hands back down, and your leg can come back to meet the other one. And then bring out your left leg here. Just rock back on your toes, stretching out the hamstring. That's good. Then lifting up the leg, give it a bit of a shake. And then bringing your left leg forward on the outside of your hands. And inhaling forward, exhaling back, stretching out your hamstrings here. Stretching out the hip. And remember, you can be up on a ball if you're quite far into your pregnancy now. Resting on the ball. giving yourself a bit of height. Lovely, good. There we are. And then bringing your forearm and rotating the shoulder, the arms, so lovely arm circles, nice big ones. And the other direction. That's great. And then placing the hands back down and bringing the leg back to meet the other one so that they're shoulder width apart roughly, so they're a bit wider. And now we're going to bring the knees out to the side and bring yourself back down into child. Anything like cushions or whatever it is you've got. And so resting here on the bolster, making room for your belly. And we're just going to take a moment to focus on the pelvic floor while we're here in child balasana. So with pregnancy yoga, we do the opposite with our pelvic floor. So we keep ourselves lovely and relaxed when we exhale. That's perfect, of course, for birthing. So you'll be exhaling the cervix opening, exhaling the baby and the baby out. And when we inhale, we can lift up our pelvic floor for some gentle strengthening, which will support us all the way through pregnancy, all the way through the birth and after birth. So keeping the pelvic floor nice and strong. So exhaling, inhale, lifting up all the muscles around your birth canal, your vaginal wall. Exhale, relaxing, releasing. Inhale, lifting up. That includes your cervix as well. Just giving yourself a nice strengthening of that whole area. Exhale, there's a releasing. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, releasing. Inhale, gentle lifting. Mula bandha, so this area, this root lock area. And exhale, really just allowing it just to be completely relaxed. And you can gently bring yourself back up and release any blocks or bolster or cushions or whatever it is you had with you. And then bring your hands to the mat, turning your toes around, realigning your knees so you're about shoulder width apart, and then gently coming up. So it's a bit like how a baby comes up to standing when it's learning to stand up. And then bending your knees, coming up onto your knees here, resting here. And then gently bring yourself back. Bring the hands to the heart, looking straight ahead. And then lifting up the hands above the head and down to the heart. And then bring the hands to the heart, one palm over each other. Bring yourself out so that you have a not too wide stance, but wide enough. And then turning your right foot round and your left foot just in a little bit. We'll come into a bit of a warrior. So exhaling, the hands at the heart. And then inhale, opening up into this warrior, bending the knee opening up the arms. And then inhale, hands to heart, straightening the knee. So it's a flowing warrior. Exhaling the heart, the compassion, the love to the heart. Inhale, opening up, drawing in the energy. Exhale, bringing back to the heart, back to your baby. Inhale, drawing in your energy. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Inhale. Just keeping this flowing motion going. And then hands back to the heart. And then we're turning towards the front of the mat now. So heel toe, your front foot, your right foot, out to the side. And then turn in your back foot a little bit more, facing the front. So the hands are at the heart. So this time the exhale, we have a straight leg. Inhale, opening up the heart. Stretching up your belly here. Exhale back to center. And then keeping your legs straight. And then bending the knee, opening up. Prana mudra. Exhale. So you're really going this flowing of inhaling, opening. Drawing in prana mudra, the energy, prana being energy. Exhaling to the heart. Lovely, gentle, flowing movements. And then bring the hands back to the heart. Lovely. And then turning to face the front or your side. And we'll bring in our fierce goddess pose. So let's bring the hands to the heart again. And then inhaling, lifting up. Exhale. Brilliant. Hands to heart. Lifting up. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then bring the hands back to the heart. Wonderful, great. It's really releasing any stagnant energy. That's great, fantastic. Okay, so turning around the toes. So this is the left toes pointing the other side of the mat. And then the right one's, the right foot is just in about 15 degrees. And we're doing the warrior two. So bend this, hands at the heart on the exhale. This time it's the bent knee. Inhale, straight knee. Exhale, bent. Inhale. Exhale, bring that energy to your heart. Inhale. And again, just flow in your own time. Exhaling, inhaling, keeping your pelvic floor, Mula Bandha, nice and strong in these standing postures. Encouraging ourselves to be strong and contained during our pregnancy and into our postnatal phase as well, after baby's born. And then gently turning yourself towards the front, heel toe out to your left foot, and then turning your right foot to about 45 degrees in. Looking forward. This time it's straight leg, hands to heart. Exhale. Inhale, bent leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Perfect. If you notice your feet are clinging onto the mat, just relax your toes. And then hands back to the heart. Brilliant. Then coming back, so you're facing the front. And here we're going to come down into our squat. So if you need blocks underneath your heels, please place them underneath your heels. There can be books as well. And then gently bring yourself down. So it depends on your belly, how much room you've got for your belly right now. So really making room. Squatting is a fantastic posture for birthing. So it really works for some people. And so it's also just really important that we allow our hips to open, our pelvis to open during pregnancy, ready for birthing our baby or babies. Hands to the heart. Taking a moment here. And then gently placing ourselves back onto the mat. And coming into deer pose. So the right leg is bent and the left leg is bent. The right leg is bent backwards and the left leg is bent in here, like this. Okay, fantastic, good. So we'll come over, we'll do a bit of a side stretch, placing the left hand down and stretching out the right side of the body. And then over to the other side, just a couple on either side. Exhale over. Just going as your own pace, depending on how you're feeling, depending on what room you've got. Okay, one more on either side. That's 3 on either side. And bring yourself back up. Fantastic. And then turning over to the left, so the knee to the leg that's in front, and coming into a twist. So in pregnancy, we don't twist very far or very much. So you're just coming over into a gentle twist. And it might be that you're slightly lifting this right hip, and that's okay. And then gently exhaling yourself back to center, stretching out your right leg. So you've got the Janushasana, so that's knee to head pose legs. And then coming into the side angle of this. So stretching out over to the side. Take a breath here. So you've got a C shape. Your hand will be going anywhere onto your ankle or the floor or anything like that. And then start to move the arm in circles. Lovely, wonderful, good. It's fantastic. And then start to move your body so that you're making room for your belly here. So that you're facing your foot. So it might be that you can still come quite far forward, but it might be that you're right up here. That's fine. So having a little look at your foot. So your drishti, your eye gaze, is at your big toe. This is Janushasana. Flexing your right foot. And then turning to the twist on this side. So placing your hand somewhere on the thigh and just a gentle twist. The right hand is behind. And then bring yourself over to the side. Place your left hand down. And you can either come up into full stargazer depending on how you are. Otherwise, turn back into deer pose like this and then coming up into a half stargazer. So you're just stretching. And then bring yourself back down. That's wonderful. And then bringing the legs in, feet together, lifting up, and then coming gently forward into a Baddha Konasana, so opening up the hips here. Gentle, deep breaths. And then bring yourself back up. And turning the left foot back, so that leg's going to be going back, and the right foot is in front. Right leg is in front like this. So coming into deer pose on this side. Wonderful. Let's come into our side stretch, 3 on either side. Exhale. Inhale up and exhale over. Again, the breath is guiding our movement. Nice deep breaths. Really keeping the breath steady. And then bringing yourself back up. That's wonderful, great. And then coming gently into the twist over onto the right side over here. So placing the hand on the right knee area or something and the right hand behind, gently twisting. Sorry, left hand onto the knee. Don't know what I'm saying. Just gentle twist. Fantastic. And then bring yourself forward and straightening your left leg for Janushasana again. So finding a place for your hand and then lifting up, stretching over into a crescent shape. Take a breath here and then start to move your hand in circles. Being aware of baby. So you might even be up here. So it just depends on your stage of pregnancy. It's really different for each stage. And then bring yourself so that you're looking at your drishti, your eye gaze is at your big toe. So you might be down here or you might be up here. Lovely deep breaths. Great. And then lifting through the crown and into the twist over to the left side. Gentle breath. And then back to center. Fantastic, that's great. So you're coming into cross-legged again or onto the bolster. You could sit on a bolster with, or knee, like you can sit kneeling either on the bolster or with cushions underneath or anything like that. That's great. In fact, I might do that. Cushions underneath like that. Okay, blanket. Okay, let's just take a moment in stillness And we're going to practice a golden thread breath, which is a wonderful breath for labouring if you find it during labour. And just also for calming the nervous system, anything like that. So we inhale, and then as we exhale, we gently have a piercing golden thread coming from between the lips. It's very gently. We're keeping the lips nice and soft still. Fluffy and soft, but our breath is coming from just between the lips. We're pursing the lips and then right to the other side of the room. So you can have your eyes closed, that's fine. But it's a very gentle, focused breath. It's a wonderful focus you're creating for gentleness. Soft shoulders, soft face muscles. And slowly releasing the breath, wonderful. That's great. And then finding yourself into a restorative relaxation position. So it might be that you still can lie on your back, and you can put like a bolster or cushions or something underneath here and a blanket underneath your head. Otherwise, if you're over 30 weeks, find yourself lying on your side. So I'm actually going to bring this bolster in front of me just to show you what you can do, but it could be a cushion, it could be anything like that. You can make yourself as comfortable as you can, make room for your baby, and you might want to rest your leg on here, and you can have several cushions if you want. I'm going to put a block underneath and then a cushion here, make room for my shoulder. And just take a little bit of time to rest here. So you might want socks on and a blanket, anything like that. You can always pause the video and get yourself comfy. And this is your time, remember. So you're feeling fully supported by the mat, fully nurtured and looked after, supported by this earth, this beautiful Mother Earth we live on. And you're really looking after yourself as you look after this baby, this wonderful, precious being you're growing inside your belly, inside your womb area. You're doing the most fantastic job. This is the most important job of all time of being human. Know you're safe and looked after. And it's okay to look after yourself. Put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. And then we'll gently make our way back up. But please, if you need to stay here for a bit longer and just rest, you can. So either ignore my voice or turn off pause the video. And if you're ready to come back up, you can. So make your way gently up. Bring yourself back into a seated position to complete. And bring the hands to the heart center, opening them up in Lotus Mudra again. So remembering that's your fingers apart, like a flower. And we'll bring our Om vibration in 3 times, finishing with Om Shanti Shanti. Moving down from Lotus to Yoni Mudra at the belly. So from our heart down to baby. Okay. Breath in. Om. Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And bring the hands up to Prana Mudra above the head. Taking 3 deep, life-affirming breaths. And then bring the hands above the head, Namaste, and down through the centers, the crown, third eye, throat, and at the heart, and then back down to baby. Back up to the heart. Namaste. And thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for taking this time to look after your body, nourish yourself, support yourself during pregnancy. And I wish you so much luck and love and joy during this special time. Yeah, just keep being amazing mother, growing baby. Wonderful. And if you like this video and you'd like to subscribe to my channel, then please do. And of course, you can like and comment on this video. I'd love to hear how you found it. So yeah, lots of love to you, and see you again soon. Bye.
Remove the veil so I can see. Illuminate my heart, awaken